And what's the reaction around the league to the Knicks trading for Mr. Bridges?
Well, Jay, that's a great word, plethora, to describe the number of picks that the Nets got from the Knicks in this trade. And honestly, the reaction from around the league was shock. Shock that Mikal Bridges went to the New York Knicks. The Nets and Knicks had not made a trade in 41 years to this week between the last deal they made and the one they consummated last night, which I saw Joe Tsai take a call for while I was at the Liberty Lynx game out on Long Island. And look, this was a huge move seen across the league as the New York Knicks giving themselves a real opportunity to go toe-to-toe with the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference and atop the Atlantic Division. We saw Boston go to the NBA Finals with a deep, versatile roster that could play in a lot of different ways at both ends of the court. By putting Mikal Bridges with those Nova guys, we could likely see Ryan Arcidiacono, who was with the Knicks earlier this year, as a free agent this summer. Maybe he signs with them, gives them 5 Nova Knicks on the team. But these guys can play versatilely at both ends of the court. They now go 7 or 8 deep across the roster, and this is a team that right now, Jay, sits second in the East probably behind the Boston Celtics. I feel pretty confident we're going to be seeing Celtics-Knicks on opening night in Boston, which could potentially be an Eastern Conference Finals preview. So this was a massive move, one that's got a lot of reverberations around the league, and one that signals both that the Knicks are looking to be a championship contending team and that the Nets are going to be contending to get Cooper Flagg in next year's draft.
All that. Yes, looking forward to all that. Okay. Tim, we got some breaking news into SportsCenter. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that free agent forward OG Anunoby intends to sign a 5-year, $212.5 million contract to return to the Knicks. Woj saying the deal will include a player option and a trade kicker. Anunoby averaging 14-4 this past season, and when healthy, was a vital part of New York's rotation. So, Tim, what does this mean for the Knicks going forward?
Well, first of all, Jay, it means they're giving a massive amount of money to OG Anunoby. That's an average, according to Adrian's reporting, of $42 million a year. That's going up near a full max contract for OG Anunoby. That's got a few implications for the Knicks. One of them is that when you look at their salary structure going forward, it's going to be very difficult for the Knicks to keep both Mitchell Robinson, who's currently on the roster, and Isaiah Hartenstein, who is an unrestricted free agent at the center spot. We saw those two guys alternate throughout this season with New York, giving them 48 minutes of really good center play when they were healthy. It's going to be difficult to fit both of those guys under the salary cap that the Knicks have under the new rules under this current CBA. It's a lot more restrictive for teams, and after that trade that the Knicks made last night, they've got some limitations on what they can spend, and they just gave a ton of it to OG Anunoby. But to go back to what we were talking about with Mikal Bridges, Jay, with him and with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges on the wing now for the Knicks, along with Josh Hart, along with Dante DiVincenzo, this Knicks team is as deep as anybody, including the Celtics in the NBA. They are built to give the Boston Celtics as much trouble as possible, and they clearly have established themselves by getting OG Anunoby back as the second best team in the East, and they are set up to have some titanic battles during the season. So obviously a lot of time to go here in free agency. We haven't even gotten to July 1st yet, but this is a huge move for the Knicks to get OG Anunoby locked up alongside Mikal Bridges in their front court.
Oh, it is going to be good. I already know it.